Hello everybody, in this video we talk about a quick review about Koray Tugberk's SEO course. You can look at the landing page at topicalauthority.digital. And yeah, I wanted to share a quick review with you. It's definitely the most hyped SEO course and potentially the most awaited SEO course that has ever come out, which makes me really excited to dive in and learn new concepts. I will firstly start with the pros about the course. So what's really cool is that Koray is sharing completely new concepts with us as an SEO community that he has been using for 4 to 5 years already. The concepts dive around how Google's patterns work and how Google's machine in the background actually does its workings, starting with things such as the EAV, entity attribute value model, that's a big part of it. Then also word to vec models, meaning that words are passed into a vector space and then analyzed by Google for semantic distances, which is different from traditional models such as frequency counting models like term frequency, indexation frequency, TF-IDF. So the course is quite advanced, and again, what I love about it is that it's completely new concepts that most of us likely haven't thought about yet, at least not in that depth. But there are quite a few negatives to the course that I wanted to talk about as well, because it is going to get quite expensive. I believe right now it's on sale for $1,000, but pretty soon it's going to cost $5,000. So I think before you invest that, it makes sense to kind of get a grounded review of what the course entails. So I've got a bit of a sheet here. So the cons of the course would be that there's no custom graphics, so he hasn't gone through the trouble and created sort of custom graphics to explain complicated concepts. It's mainly Koray just recording his screen, freestyling and speaking into the camera. Sometimes also not speaking into the camera, so his microphone is off-center to, let's say, the left or right side, and it does get sometimes hard to understand him, also due to the language barrier. English is not his first language. That's definitely part of the cons list as well. So if you just want the short version, it's a course where you need to do a lot of legwork yourself in order to get the most out of it. It's not a course that where you get handed the silver bullet and you just go off and you do your rank and you make money. You need to do a lot of work yourself to get a good amount out of the course, because also there's no Google Sheets templates that are linked up that you can just take. You would have to recreate them from what you're seeing in the course. No downloadable text transcripts or summaries for certain lessons. In some cases, links to further materials are missing. He is linking to his YouTube videos, but there's 500,000 words of case studies that he's published and 40 plus hours of YouTube videos. So if you're a beginner and you haven't heard anything about Koray, now you have 500,000 words that you need to read and 40 plus hours of YouTube videos, which most people said his YouTube case studies, they didn't really get much out of it because, well, they're often even lower quality than the course, I would say. And quality here just refers to the presentation. That's why I put presentation in there. The actual knowledge itself is of the highest quality that's presented, but the presentation style is lacking in many ways, and I think that's important to acknowledge as well. Yeah, in my view, it does need prior knowledge, the course. So if you're a complete SEO beginner, or you've done SEO for a few years, but you have never delved into other things that Koray has published or talked about, you've never thought about information retrieval or read any books about that topic, it will be pretty hard to understand the course and to really get much out of it. So for those people, I would probably say buy some books on information retrieval. There's one that's actually free, Entity-Oriented Search, Entity EOS. That's a free book by Christian Barlock. That one I can recommend to give you an introduction in terms of how entity-oriented search works and at the same time semantic search. Cool. So who's this for? Definitely if you're an affiliate SEO, you're in control of your own site, you can do to your sites whatever you want. That might be a good fit. because Koray's methods might not gel too well with all clients. People who have interest in the topic of information retrieval, in learning about Google's patterns and the kind of scientific part of SEO research, I think then it's a good fit for you. And people who enjoy doing their own research, again, because there's so much content to dive into. If you don't like researching, you don't like, spending hours and hours diving into new topics, then it's probably not for you. But if that's your thing, definitely you should buy the course. Again, as mentioned, it's probably not good for beginners, and for SEO clients who are on a small budget, probably also not a good fit, because Koray's method talks about publishing, in some cases, 100,000 words, 200,000 words of content. Of course, not in one article, spread over 20, 50 to 200 articles. If you have a client with a small budget and you can really just do 2 or 3 articles per month, I don't see quite how this is going to help you. Complicated further by the fact that some clients want actual proper copywriting, which is fair enough because the text on their website obviously reflects on their brand. And here's an extract from Koray's copywriting. Some bottled water brands are healthier than others. Some water brands are more enjoyable than others. Some of the best water brands include the base of Australia. You can see this reads a bit like a 5-year-old has written it. And if I was a client, I might have problems with that, because this is on the website of a premium brand and this text does not read premium at all. In some ways, it's trying to satisfy machines who are looking for specific entities, attributes and values, but it's not satisfying users. So I would probably have to add that to the negatives list, that his kind of writing style. I'm not sure if this was due to budget limitations, if this was written by AI or what happened there, but I've noticed that on a lot of sites that the writing style is quite poor, and I'm sure it's very challenging to write perfectly for machines and at the same time perfectly for users. So Koray is heavily weighted towards writing for machines. So I'm going to say clients might object the poor copywriting style. Cool, that's pretty much it. Again, I'm super excited about it. I love learning about new concepts. I think it's a fantastic course. I'm super grateful that Koray has shared it with us, and that says a lot. Given that all of these negatives, they're real concerns, but given that I'm still very excited about the course, I think that says a lot. And hopefully it helps you to make a decision if you haven't bought the course yet.